Hello Cancer and welcome to your October 2023 reading. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out is the Tower on the Pope in reverse. So the Pope represents our sovereignty over our life, what we decide to elect or banish, being able to apply our spiritual knowledge, our inner moral compass, our judgment, discernment, spiritual discernment in our lives. That's pretty much the Pope. He holds the keys of incarnation. This shall take flesh and this shall not, kind of thing. Here are the keys. Anyway, the Pope in reverse though, I didn't reverse the right one. The Pope in reverse though, it's when we don't know how to apply. Like, I know the universe is generous. I know that I deserve love. I know these are all spiritual understandings that I have, but I do not feel I have the sovereignty to actually bring it into my life, to put it down into my life, to experiment it here. The Tower's coming to get that. It represents engagement, but it's our engagement in our moral compass. I believe in that. I will engage myself in that. So when it's in reverse, it's when either we have to deal with situations that are not aligned with spiritual intelligence, or that we are confronted with our incapacity to give ourselves that power. Under that, I have the Lovers and the King of Pentacles in reverse. I talk about commitment because he's another one with commitment, with bringing, be a big part on the shape of our reality here, being Pentacle. The Lovers, it's when we can make decisions that will have a long impact in our lives. And here I have the King of Cups in reverse. So I'm emotionally, this is hitting me. I am not healed. Some of you Cancers might have a kind of a shock or a realization on the quality of investment, of engagement of people around you. And it hits you emotionally because your emotional security will be shaken in realizing this. So during the month though, here I have the 10 of Wands in reverse and the 5 of Swords in reverse. Here I'm letting go of all of the charges on my shoulders because I decide to stop cutting my own legs, stop justifying carrying maybe those 10 wands based on arguments of my old sorrows and disappointments and things like that. So you might be the one stopping, putting an end, destroying false commitment here, and something that prevented you from being emotionally secure. Because here I have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is all enthusiastic, not mature yet, but on his new path. Maybe this was provoked by the last moon in Aries, which was like a super moon. So everything that has to do with your willpower, with how you bring your energy and all of that, maybe cracked what was taking everything on my shoulders for commitment. It's not the same thing. This is like overload of responsibility does not mean commitment. does not mean investing in a union or anything like that. Maybe for a while nothing was moving, but here, the movement of that Page of Wands, I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Cups. The bringing back of the sun, of the happiness, of the emotional joy and fulfillment and sharing. Because that Page of Wands is moving forward. And then we have the Emperor. On top we have the Emperor, and in the bottom, Page of Sword. There's like, you're understanding something. But at the end of the month, it's possible that you might be juggling a bit. There's my Ace of Pentacles, but I'm looking at it and I'm analyzing it. My old world, my new world, I'm in and out. There's inconstance. It's not complete engagement here. We're still in the potential. We're still juggling between not doing anything or jumping the gun, but then not really being in it. And so this talks a lot about my Emperor, about how am I going to move forward. It's almost like, okay, what was there wasn't good. I'm moving forward. I'm understanding that this is going to bring the Wheel of Fortune, and it's going to bring me into something that is much more joyful. I get it, but then I have to invest myself in it completely. You're going to notice that if it doesn't move forward, as long as you haven't quite made your own decision on what you want to invest yourself in, it's going to be juggling here. Okay? Let's clarify this for you, Cancer. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Cancers for the month of October 2023. Cancer. Okay, so what is that tower here? What is that tower? Ooh, okay. Knight of Cups. Page of Sword. But here we have our High Priest in reverse. All right. Maybe you've been offered something. Whoops, what is this? Yeah, maybe you've been offered something. We have the Page of Pentacles that kind of wanted to show itself. But Knight of Cups. For sure, there's that the structure that is falling anyway is a structure that wasn't able to hold up, really. But here, your soul is trying to tell you something. So you have maybe half the information. It gives you enough clarity, maybe to drop during the month certain things and to get on in that, Page of Wands kind of thing. But there is still the deep lesson of your soul in this situation is not there yet. Okay? So it's like, this cannot work, but I'm not seeing what part makes it that it doesn't work. Let's see, and here maybe you're driven by something that you really want to bring forward, and you're going to let go of something that wasn't working, that wasn't that you were miserable in. And here I want to bring that. But how did you end up being miserable in the first place? Here is going to be taunting you here. Let's see. What is the King of Pentacles and the Lovers in reverse? We have the Two of... Okay, so Two of Pentacles. The Tower is there. You make the decision. You don't want to juggle anymore. You don't want to smile and feel miserable. That anxiety of how can I maintain this and all of that, your old demons. That Page of Sword is enough to move the Wheel of Fortune. We're seeing it moving right here. Okay, so, but it's pushing you to understand maybe what happiness is all about. I don't know, but the wheel will keep on rolling during the month. Let's look at the King of Cups, and that's your masculine side. Why is he in reverse? Queen of Cups is upright. Okay, you got the inspiration here, the star. You got a message from your soul, but it's asking you to really transform, let die something that is done. Let your intuition has it, but your King of Cups has to honor it. Your masculine has to honor and act accordingly to the insight that you got. Let's look at the Page of Wands. Page of Wands with the Five of Swords in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. Hey, I am not... all right. You get a first tower. You're a bit like Taurus, but here you get a first tower that shakes you and pushes you to a certain decision. But you have to understand that it's not just a surface decision. It will have to have a deep impact. By doing so, you are like maybe getting on them. Some of you will leave situations or whatever, but you're going to start to bring your energy in a completely different way. I will not justify anymore taking everything on my shoulders. And that will create a tower in reverse. So you might see the effect of this tower in other people. It's the tower that keeps on giving here. But you will be like, no, you're not bringing me back to where I was juggling and I was miserable, obviously. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the World. So, yes, it's done, but what next? Maybe the Tower keeps on giving because I'm a bit conflicted about what do I desire and where am I going really. Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Cups. So this is like a unrevealing story here, because we see Cancer saying no to a certain thing, the shock of, oh my God, this is so obvious, but now I have to be sure all the way down, not just mentally, not for my Cancer, because I will have a hard time following through here. The Wheel of Fortune is like here, I'm understanding more and more what is a Ten of Cups. What is happiness, true shared happiness. And maybe it's time that I leave behind my old cycles where I have the sadness, the grieving of not unconditional love. And I need to be able to embark truly on the new path. When the Two of Wands is in reverse, it's like I see the new path, or the old path is done, been there, done that, but I am not in a position where I can actually embark on that new path outside of my comfort zone. Maybe I still don't love myself enough to do it. Let's look at that Emperor. Two of Cups. A lot of things are being revealed on my divine masculine. When it comes to my connections, maybe you've been offered something and you're like, do I really believe it? Can I actually step out of my comfort zone and experiment something on a level I've never experimented it before? Scary. And that's why you're like in between. There's that Ace of Pentacles, maybe a commitment. I'm looking at it. I want to go. I come back. I dance a bit. Here. Maybe I'm resisting. I'm afraid to be hurt because there's a leftover of my Saturn lesson. So, Page of Swords. What is the message that you're going to understand even more at the end of the month? Yeah. In order to embark in that new thing, okay, you need to really become in peace, forgive, turn the page, heal on the past engagement, relationship, connections that were completely unbalanced. Unbalanced because Venus wasn't present in you. When we don't love ourselves unconditionally like Venus asks, it's always going to create unbalanced situation in all of our partnership, Libra. So, and we have the new moon in Libra. So the seeds, the understanding that you have about that, Libra being ruled by Venus also, for something to be balanced, to have the courage and the capacity to engage myself completely in a relationship, it's only with the knowledge that I cannot be hurt in it. I am not dependent on their vision of me, of the worth they're allowing me, or their capacity to engage themselves in me. I have to bring it all back to me. I am already whole, filled with unconditional love for myself, and therefore this is all I'm going to accept and mirror. My King of Cups. Unconditional love is a two-way street, and he knows that. So he's sitting comfortably in a very solid place. And if you cannot mirror that, then you're not in my life. That's it. I will have compassion for you, but I will not reduce myself to the capacity you have to love me. So this is kind of a deep understanding on commitment, what commitment means. Commitment doesn't mean I'll have to hang on even if it's hell. Of course, nobody wants that. And even if somebody comes in with a cup to offer you, you're like, I'm not sure, based on the experiences I had before. But I need to understand that so that I can come in a secure manner that you cannot hurt me. We can walk one beside another, but we are healed. And Venus has to be full within me if I want that to be mirrored outside of me. If I lack love, I'm going to be mirrored somebody that shows me I'm not lovable enough. Maybe you compensated by taking a lot on your shoulders. But whatever the case is, my beautiful Cancers, you're going to understand exactly what a commitment and a partnership is. What a partnership is. On this, my beautiful Cancers, I am sending you all my love and light. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, of course, the description is below. And there's a website, very easy to go. At the end of the month, of course, we're going to celebrate Samhain, if you say it like that, Halloween. And it's a very nice time to come in peace with our ancestors, with the people that passed, with old memories of events that are past. The veil will be thin, so good time to communicate and send our love and our energy. On this, I am sending you all of my love and light, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.